In the spring of 2018, Yamaha dropped a bomb on the outboard market with something truly unexpected. We were invited south for a secret media reveal.
So we're here in Bridgeport, Alabama, taking an early peek at Yamaha's new 5.6-liter 425 XTO. This engine is brand new from the ground up, and it was really designed to push bigger boats. And the ultimate setup, of course, would be running quads. So this 43-foot Jupiter now has 1,700 horsepower.
The development story behind this engine is fascinating. When determining how to approach the power demands of an offshore market where boats over 40 feet now weigh well over 20,000 pounds, Yamaha, an engine company, didn't start with a new engine. Instead, they started with propellers. Very big propellers.
In fact, the thrust on these props can be as much as 140% more than the props on an F-350.
Big propellers help get big boats moving, but they also generate huge loads. Containing these loads in a hostile environment for long periods of time is no easy feat. Everything on the XTO is bigger and stronger, but also more efficient. Stronger shafts and gears, for example, required a bigger 6-inch gear case. While larger than the F-350 gear case, it actually produces less drag. By spraying fuel on the pistons, direct fuel injection helps cool them, allowing a very high 12.2-to-1 compression ratio while at the same time burning less fuel.
So what does that really mean? We all know 4¼ horse, but the real story is torque. Because to push a big prop, you need lots and lots of torque. And that torque turns into acceleration. This is a 12,000-pound boat loaded up with only 2 engines. That mid-range acceleration, it's just unbelievable.
To increase power, you typically add more air and more fuel. But Yamaha spent considerable effort optimizing engine efficiency, and the 425 horsepower XTO manages to burn less fuel than an F-350. 5 to 10% less at cruising speeds and a whopping 12% less at wide open throttle.
There are so many secondary stories here. The electronic power steering, for example, it is incredible, but it's variable based on speed. So at low speed, you have almost no resistance to the wheel. The faster you go, it generates resistance and slows the ratio down to make the boat feel more planted.
This steering system is faster than a hydraulic system without any cumbersome fluids. It was designed to work with Helmmaster for precise digital control and easy docking. It also allows the engine to swing 31 degrees to either side for extreme maneuvers. In fact, we were almost able to submerge the gunnel on a 27-foot bay boat.
The attention to detail in this engine is fantastic. I mean, it'll tilt up 73 degrees and come completely out of the water, but the front of the cowl was designed to make sure it didn't interfere with the transom at all. Now, if you notice, the nose cone is sitting completely out of the water in this boat, and that nose cone will sit about 5.3 inches higher than an F-350.
That might not be a big deal in freshwater, but it is a huge asset against corrosion in saltwater. Another challenge with outboard engines is reverse thrust. Exhaust gases exiting through the prop hub mix with water, causing the prop to ventilate or slip.
Yamaha's come up with a very ingenious solution. They've got a secondary exhaust port above the ventilation plate. And what that does allows the propellers to grab very clean water when you go into reverse.
There's so much clean thrust that Helmmaster limits RPM in reverse.
One of the things we were told is it makes so much power and the expectation to go offshore is so high, they doubled their durability standard for these engines. If there was 500 hours required for testing, they doubled it to 1,000.
Boat companies like Jupiter and Grady White power their boats exclusively with Yamaha outboards. As a package, the 425 XTO provides OEMs with more power and a very clean install. For those of us looking to repower, it may even allow you to reduce your engine count. Regardless of application, the XTO certainly has changed the game.